This is the new BYD Sealion 7 that was unveiled at the Bharat Mobility Show in Delhi. Back then, we had limited time with it on stage, but now here it is in the real world for us to find out how it is. The BYD Sealion 7 is an electric SUV. It will be offered in two variants, premium rear-wheel drive and performance all-wheel drive. Bookings have already commenced and customers can place their orders by paying a token amount of Rs 70,000. Deliveries will begin in March. This is the fourth EV from the car maker, as we've previously experienced the E-Max 7 MPV, the Atto 3 and the Seal. All these have been impressive and I just can't wait to get behind the wheel of this one. But before that, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Let's start with its exterior. As you can see, the Sealion 7 looks like the Seal because these follow the brand's Ocean series design language. However, this one's taller as this is a 4-door coupe, or what they call it, an e-SUV. But then it still remains very aerodynamic and it's evident with these swept back headlamps. The signature BYD front fascia is evident with LED headlamps with LED DRL. The minimal cuts in the bumper and lower air dams give it a minimalistic look. Even on the side, the prominent shoulder line gives it a nice elongated look. The car looks well polished even in other colors, and the flush-fitting door handles give it a sleek look. The flared wheel arches house 20-inch alloys that look proportionate. At the back, the EV features wraparound tail lamps which are connected by an LED bar, which by the way looks fantastic with these red elements. And to complete the look, there's a rear spoiler and a two-tone bumper. Now, inside the Sealion 7, things are simple with these wavy designs on the dashboard, but then the car gets this huge screen with slim bezels to maximize the area. Then there's this flat bottom steering wheel and digital instrument cluster. Quality, fit and finish is impressive. Speaking of the infotainment screen, it is a 15.6-inch touchscreen that can be rotated in landscape or portrait mode. It gets most of the controls of the car, including music, AC controls, the infotainment system, car settings and much more. Even to the level where you can open and close the windows of the car. This e-SUV also gets features like electrically adjustable front seats with heating and ventilation, 2-zone automatic climate control, a 12-speaker audio system, a heads-up display and ADAS. It even gets a driver fatigue monitoring system which alerts the driver if his line of vision gets off the road. Finding a good driving position is easy. Plus, the steering wheel is manually adjustable but for tilt and telescopic. The view of the surroundings outside is good. However, rearward visibility is limited due to the small windscreen. Otherwise, things are within reach and easy to operate. Also, this panel over here in the center console gets this jeweled knob, which is quite unique. And instead of buttons, this is a touch panel for the volume controls, regen, driving modes and of course start-stop. Also, like the Seal, there is a HUD display clearly visible even in this bright sun. Apart from the EV speed, it projects data like road signs, navigation and other driver assist tech. Nonetheless, the big 10.25-inch instrument cluster is good to show loads of information without confusing the driver with subtle colors and crisp data. Moreover, there's a 50-watt smartphone wireless charger that also gets ventilation for cooling the phone. The car has a wheelbase of about 3 meters, which translates into good space inside. Yes, the black interior doesn't make it feel so spacious, but the huge panoramic sunroof adds to the delight. And this car is roomy. There's good enough shoulder room, the backrest is comfortably reclined, and there's sufficient headroom as well. In terms of knee room, there's plenty of it, good space for your legs to be stretched out. Now, if there is a need to fit in a third person in the second row, that is possible as this section is not very high. Plus, the floor is flat despite this being an all-wheel drive. And then, if it is just for 4 people, it is very comfortable as this also gets this armrest with cup holders, storage spaces. Speaking of storage spaces, yes, there are plenty with seat back pockets, deep bottle holders, and then in the front, the center console has also been carved out to put in quite a lot of stuff. Even in the front console, there's good storage space with 2 USB ports, both type A and C. Similarly, this is the case in the second row as well. Now, they are calling it an e-SUV, so we are expecting it to have a good boot space. Above 500 liters is good, but how good? Let's find out. Firstly, this gets an electronically operated tailgate, so it can be opened through the car at the press of a button, or by pressing the key fob, or by just swiping your leg. So it opens up to a good space inside, and as you can see, we have not filled it up to the brim, but there are 4 medium size as in cabin size bags, 3 backpacks, and there's still space for more. Now, in terms of space, we've shown you many storage and stowage places inside. However, this is an EV, so it gets a frunk, which is space inside under this hood. This one is 58 liters, which is quite a lot. Even on the safety front, the Sealion 7 shares many design elements and safety features with its sibling the Seal, which has already received a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. The car maker has ensured this one, as in the Sealion 7, gets a similar safety suit, in fact with more features like 11 airbags. Besides the E-Platform 3 BYD battery that is already renowned for its safety and reliability. Moreover, the Sealion 7 also gets ITAC or Intelligence Torque Adaptation Control to adjust the output torque of the motor in real time to minimize the changes in the EV's power and eventually improve the safety, comfort and handling of the car, especially in snow and slippery conditions. Moreover, this is apparently the only car till now to get an auxiliary battery as a low voltage LFP or lithium iron phosphate battery. As against the conventional batteries, it is 6 times lighter, 5 times better in terms of discharging, and has a lifespan of 15 years. Now, unlike the BYD Sealion 6, which is a plug-in hybrid available abroad, which gets a petrol engine and a battery. In comparison to that, the Sealion 7 is a pure EV. The premium rear-wheel drive variant has a single rear-mounted electric motor that makes 308 bhp and 380 Nm of torque. While this all-wheel drive version has a dual motor setup producing 523 bhp and 690 Nm of torque. Both variants will be offered with an 82.56 kWh battery pack. Now, BYD's cell-to-body CTB technology allows the battery to be integrated into the body. Also, the motor speed here is 23,000 RPM, which is higher than the usual 10 to 12,000 RPM capacity with other EV motors. And despite the humongous torque and power output, it boasts 567 kilometers of driving range. It can be fast charged at 150 kilowatt or 11 kilowatt. Speaking of fast, BYD calls this a pure performance e-SUV with power on demand. And all that power is translated quite well onto the road. Whichever mode you are in, whether eco, normal or sport, the throttle response is nice and sharp. Well, in the sport mode, it is the sharpest. The car makes quick progress and very seamlessly. It gets away from traffic, and even on the highway, overtaking long trucks and trailers on a single carriageway can be done without a hassle. Now, as you would know, there are two variants, the Premium, which is a rear-wheel drive, and this all-wheel drive performance variant, which has a claimed 0 to 100 km per hour sprint time of 4.5 seconds and a top speed of 215 km per hour. Now, for the steering, with 2.5 turns from lock to lock, this is quite a quick steering. And despite this being a long car, U-turns can be taken quite easily. Despite being a huge SUV, parking it isn't very difficult. Moreover, the high-res 360 camera further assists in showing the surroundings clearly, and the cameras superimpose images to even show what's under the car. This is helpful when you're taking the car across a diversion or off the road. As for the ride, it has been quite comfortable. We are in Rajasthan, and on these broken roads, well, these sharp potholes are not really felt inside. Obviously, you'll have to slow down as this ride is slightly on the firmer side, but then the damping is pretty good. So, our bad roads and these other rough patches can be taken with ease. The front double wishbone and rear multi-link suspension with FSD, as in frequency select damping tech, helps in providing a flat ride. Unless it's a sharp-edged pothole or rut, there are no jolts inside the cabin at high speed. The grip from the tires is good, and the brakes anchor the car quickly even under panic braking. Otherwise, it's nice and progressive with sufficient bite. Now, at the time of filming this video, we were not told the price of this EV. However, knowing BYD, we think they will be able to price it quite aggressively. And whether you choose the premium or the performance variant, you get all the bells and whistles. Well, yes, even the 4 colors that you have can be had whichever variant you choose. The Sealion is spacious, feature-packed, loaded with tech, good to drive with a lightning performance, offers a comfortable drive, all-wheel drive, and a good proposition overall. So with 2 variants available, the question is which one? Of course, the performance variant is faster at the cost of some driving range, but then it is ballistic fast, and I would recommend this one. However, the other premium variant isn't slow either. So if you had to choose, which one would you opt for? Do let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.